Hi, this is Paul Inch from the Tap Model channel in regards to my very short update on my progress on the Mk4 female from WW1 and the buddy build with SWICHER. What I've actually done now is I've actually done some chips on the surface and across the rail that goes atop. So obviously I think that would get a bit chipped and damaged if it was ever used at any time. And so I've done a few chips on that and a few chips around the hatch area and obviously around the exhaust pipe. Now I've actually painted the exhaust pipe. Now I was going to go for a heavy, really rusty look, but I decided this time, because of when you think of some of the old car engines as they used to be, they would get very dark in a rustic sort of way. So I decided to go for that look for this moment. I don't think I'll change it, but because to me it looks quite nice as it is, and I'll let you make a decision on that because you can see the exhaust. I can't focus any nearer because it just keeps losing focus. So what I did is I used this one. First colour I used was Panzer Aces. Panzer Aces Dark Rust, which is 302, followed by which one was it now? That's it. Followed by the next one, which was Oxide, which was the Model Air one, and I've brush painted it. It didn't matter how thin it went on because it had a dark coat on at first place, second afterwards. So basically this was 71080, that's rust. Darker rust, it's quite dark rust, but there you go. Then I went on for a light rust, which is the next coat, and that was 7129. Now once I got the base coat on, which is the one I told you, the Panzer Aces one, which was 302, I started to dab with this brush with the dark next rust, the rust colour 71.080, and dabbing around in all the areas, getting a little bit on the brackets but not too much, all the way around, down in the front, rear, right to the rear exhaust as well, so it's the same. And then once that had dried, I went in with the next colour, which was light rust, which is 71.129, which is Model Air again. I'll show you again, that one there, and dabbed again, and it left me with a sort of a 3-tone to 4-tone exhaust. I'm happy the way it looks, so it's okay. Also used my trusty dab sponger for doing some actual chips all around the vehicle, around the places where it would have been on the surface where they walk across, also the hatch area and around the side, and a little bit around the side as well. Not hardly anything around the side because I've already done that. And now I chipped across these rails here, you can see, and as far as I'm concerned they're going to be underneath, but I thought I'd do that. So the next bit now is to put the tracks on and basically do that. Now what I've done is I've also got my 5 flimsy cans. Now these are the flimsy cans, I don't know whether I can see them there, if I can get them in focus, yeah. Now you can see the handle there is actually hollow. I don't know if you can see that very good, but it's hollow. And what it is, I cut them off with my razor saw off the sprig that you saw, which is, this is how they look before I started these, like this, and cut them off with the razor saw, going up to, butting right up to there, and being its resin, make sure you're very careful, and then cutting off like that. Then I went downstairs into the bathroom and used a sanding stick to sand them smooth underneath, and that done the job. Now to actually get the hollow bit out of the handles, which you can see, might be able to see it's hollow, I used a very sharp thing, because basically it's a wafer thin, and I mean wafer thin, resin residue left in it, and just putting that in there, you'll see what I mean. It can actually go through. I've actually cleaned them out with that, and now I've got 5 cans, flimsy cans, that hopefully will sit in here along with a few sheets. So I'm going to be doing that, painting them hopefully tonight or tomorrow. So I've got 5 of those little devils. Don't know where the other one's gone, but oh yeah, I'll put it with the ones that are still on the strip. So they're all going to be in there. They was actually evidently used for water, petrol and oil, and I've seen pictures of them with W for water, obviously, O for oil and P for petrol. Now I don't know whether that was the case during World War I, but I'll try and investigate to find that anyway. So really, as you can see, that's as far as I've got. I've done that little bit of extra. I thought I'd do this to show you what it is. I've done this on the camera in not natural light. I've done this on my workbench because I can use the overhead camera without mucking about too much. So, if I don't know if I can zoom in anymore on that. No, not really, not without going for losing focus. There you go. So, as you can see, if I go a bit forward, you'll see that the exhaust of the back is done exactly the same. Yeah, and I've chipped in like a little bit of area there where people would clamber up there and get through. So I've done a bit of chipping there. And there you go. There you go. Anyway, right, so that is a very short update. So the colours I used was, the first dark colour was for rust was Panzer Aces 302. The second coat I did using my what I call my little dabby brush was Vallejo's Model Air, and that was 71.082, which was just called rust. Then I went in with the light rust, which was 71.129, which was also Vallejo Model Air, but I dabbed it with a brush, and I find it really workable. It gets all around the sides, and I went down underneath as well, underneath there as well, so you can see it. You can't see it, but it's actually been dabbed all around the side. And I was happy with the result, and that's why I didn't go any further. Now I may use a bit of ultraviolet rust later on, just to do small dabs in places, but they'll be very minute, nothing too heavy on that. So anyway, that's the end of my update on my Buddy Bibble switcher in regards to the exhaust and some chipping I've done on the top surface of the vehicle. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.